Usha, welcome back to Make Sierra Leone Famous. Conversations that explore history, culture, and our identity. With me, your host, Vicky Rameau. You can find previous episodes of our show on www.vickyrameau.com. That's www.vickyreremoe.com. And now, make the show begin.
Like the one that you don't hear, then choose well. Talk say, no, look at this place now, look at this forest. Although the other they don't accept, but we don't accept. So what happen? They're going to combat battle with them. So that battle, when they move on the way now, wherever they go towards the Liberian part, the Liberian coast by the forest. So wherever they go now, so when they die on the way. So that make we see them graves and also. We will pass around one tablet there. This and the king engraved this. The adjutant engraved there with one green tablet. This particular tablet 1, 2, 3 signify the crown.
We're going to the ancient gravesite of the Gola people.
This is the ancient gravesite. And the grave you are seeing in front of you, this is the warrior king of the Gola people.
Okay.
He was buried here. And some of the other warriors, and including his colleagues and family members.
Okay, are buried around.
So they were buried here. You can see a lot of graves within.
Okay.
So the indication of those graves, all of the graves got a tablet
I
on
see.
it.
Okay.
Like
Did you put the tablet, or when they buried him, they put the tablet?
Well, there are people that buried them.
Okay, put
those who were alive.
Okay, put the tablet. Okay, sure.
So that
to show that this is where they are.
The graves that,
Do you know the name of the warrior or the king?
The king. This is King Fombo.
Okay.
King Fombo.
Do you know around when he lived? How many years ago?
Oh no, that one centuries, years back.
Okay.
Because if we can say, this happens during the pre-colonial era.
I see. Okay, this is hundreds of years old.
Hundreds of years ago.
Okay, hundreds of years. Okay.
So, to break it down for our people in Sierra Leone, I'll come down to our local language, which is the Creole. This now the ancient gravesite of the Gola people. As I said before, before they enter, then people there now they get this forest.
Okay.
Now they been covered all the way to Moa River or cross that bridge. All this area been covered with forest. So the people that they live here now, although we not mended them, but we are ancient great-grandfather then, grandpa them.
Your ancestors.
Now then this.
Were Gola.
The Gola people.
Okay.
Now then this. But what you make? Yeah, the men didn't dominate. Now due to the Manis invasion, them men didn't wouldn't come.
Where did they come from?
From the Mali Empire.
Okay, Mali. Okay.
The men come up from the Mali Empire. The Mende Queen, when I mean Queen Masariko, where broke up with the Mende King of Mali, and moved with
okay, so now parts and parts. Now relationship done. Now say me how they go.
Yes, me how they go. So it be too powerful.
Just like the Mende women are today.
Yeah.
It's the same level of power.
Same level.
I see.
So it moved with a whole group. What they call Kabudu. It moved with the whole Kabudu. So if we get warriors there among them, it be well equipped. If we get militaries among them, if we get people that want mechanics, whether they make cutlass, they make them shields there.
So all the technology they had in the Mali Empire, they brought it with them when they came to Sierra Leone?
Yes.
Okay.
So
well, not to be in Sierra Leone that Sunday, this land that we are in, because it was not Sierra Leone, just this land.
When they come, they settle Usa na Liberia na Cape Mount. Cape Mount Surado. Now they call it Cape Mount na Liberia. They settle there. They first hit Sierra Leone through the coastal part. But the Mende people, not the coastal people, they're not the fishing.
Because, yeah, Mali no get water.
So
Mali
what
dry.
they don't fit with the coastal life. They return back. They return at Cape Mount. Right now, Cape Mount surround the city. But the people that want to meet there, then Gio they want to meet, now that axis, they back, they be strong. So Queen Masariko, not me feel comfortable. So what do? It hits Sierra Leone through the forest area. So it hits the Gola zone. Along the lower axis, they hit Sierra Leone. But how they come? They been get something, such of an ultimatum. You they choose between one thing to for another. So what they do? They send somebody such of an imagery to the Gola king. What they can tell them? Say go tell a particular king and a place. Men choose between war and peace. So if you don't afraid now, see now peace you want, everything about the Gola people they accept that.
Okay.
I mean about the Mende people they accept that.
I see.
They accept the secret society. They accept everything about them. Then you go under their own occupation.
I see.
So then they
So the Gola people chose peace, and that's how the Mende people came to settle on them.
Some of them choose peace.
Okay.
Like the one that they do here,
They chose war.
they choose war. They talk say no.
Okay.
Now we get this place. Now we get this forest. Although they don't accept, but we don't accept. So what happen? They're going to combat battle with them. So that battle, when they move on the way now, where they go towards the Liberian part, the Liberian coast by the forest. Some of them die. But
And that's how they go.
Yes.
Okay.
Towards the Moor River.
Okay. The Moor River.
They push them towards the Moor River. So where they go now, some of them die on the way. So that make we see them graves and also. We will pass around one tablet there. This and the king engraved this. The adjutant engraved the with one green tablet. This particular tablet 1, 2, 3 signify the crown.
I see.
Signify the crown of the king.
Makes sense.
Then the adjutant, when I'm in adjutant Vietnam, then give him one tablet. Because now I carry the king's sword.
Okay.
We didn't kill him. A tablet there under. So most of the other ones them now, whether in people in subjects they now, when they die, some of them graves and inside, we then bury them.
Okay.
So they're not just bury them and go and say no. We from left a sign where it go show we your great grand picking them when they're not able to go, when they get for hold as captive. They're gonna say
I saw you
now what them do. Yeah. But what it makes some of the king then submit themselves under the Mende occupation. The Mende they get a special group among the other they call them the Sumbas.
Okay.
The Sumbas them they eat them captive. When they will not let pan combat battle, they arrest you. When you not surrender, you not a meat. So this news spread throughout the forest region. So some of the king they be afraid now. Well, I don't know how you might say. They were in the pan defeat other people them now other area.
The Sumbas.
Yeah, the Sumbas. They fear the Sumbas. Okay, instead of they can hold we by force, make the Sumbas eat you. People that not see you grave. We could surrender ourselves. So that this make most of the areas now the southeast, the Mende then gets down place at large. They be there about for whole the north, but through the help of the Fulani warriors, whatever they fight with horse, they back up the Timnism, push the Mende back. So now that because the Mende Timni war. It is actually history Mende Timni war.
I see.
So now through that help now, whatever they put battle now, there comes the British, where they come for colonize. They make this boundary delimitation for protect various territories. So in short, that is south.
Okay. So in the east you have more of a mixture. Okay.
The south, the Mende, and be the real Mende.
Okay.
Even the phonetic, you can see it different. The one they speak Mende over and the other they speak over are different.
Okay.
So now
this is such an education. It is such an education. Yeah. I think that, because a lot of people don't know these stories and these histories, they confuse a lot of things about culture and ethnicity in Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
But then you also start to understand some of I think some places you go, people fear Mendes.
Yes.
People fear Mendes. And you start to understand if you're Vi, if you're Cream ancestry, if you're Gola ancestry, if you're from any of these groups, you know the history. Because your ancestors would have told you. So your fear of the Mendes is not a misplaced. It's not misplaced because you know that. You know that. I know what they did to my ancestors.
It's an inheritance.
Yes, you know. Okay, because the Mendes were clearly fierce warriors. Interesting. Makes so much sense. Because even the president is not Mende. He's Shabro. But people always assume he's Mende. And I think it all comes back to this idea that the Mendes dominated so many other ethnic groups. And then once you start speaking the language, people assume that you're of Mende ethnicity. But what it is that you're culturally Mende because you've grown up with Mendes, but you're ethnically something else. Like your roots is from somewhere else.
Even if we trace Australian history, the Mende first hit Sierra Leone by the coast. And they first hit the Shabros and the Bulong. So because they were not so used to the coastal life, they retreated back to Liberia. So you see how the Shabro and the Bulong assimilate themselves in Mende?
Because it's by
They first enter there before ever they hit the forest area of Sierra Leone. So that is how we are.
Okay, fantastic.
So that's why the warlikeness of the Mende people, they do display it in their secret society, the Wende society. When the Wendes are performing, you can see they display the spears and the shields like this. So they display their warlikeness in their secret society.
I see. Okay.
When they are displaying for people to see. So you can know that the Mende, they are peaceful. They cannot just go to war. They always send an ultimatum. Notice.
You want facts?
Or not.
Or not. If you want facts, so no, because this facts in our own.
Even the civil war, it started in the Mende region. They didn't enter into the war like that. They were humiliated, persecuted to some certain degree, or to some certain level. There comes the formation of the Kamajo Malaysia. You know how they enter into the war. It was the most bloodiest than even the rebel that started the war. So the Mendes
because they went back to their ancestry. They said, okay, you want the Mali people to come here for you. Mali ancestors.
It happens once in Kenema. In Kenema, when the people didn't have any confidence in the military. What they did, they said, we have to fight the war. And how did they fight the war? They fight the war through the secret society, the Hindu. That was the time Brakadi Motel was brought down with no arms. But that one is purely societal issue. I cannot dive into that. So in certain times, when you push the many people, they can use their warfare through their secret society, and they cannot fail. That one is obvious. So in short, this is a story about the Gola Rainforest. We are the great-grandson of the Gola people.
The talk not done yet, but make we take small music break with the musical sounds of Sierra Leone.
Nimi boya kalema kebra muena di masalia fogalwa ke vo pepe ke rajabi kombu ke ro aduri tambaya pali juna amuma oya kojo kwa boya kini nugo bi so ba be mege ya bi de udala yi dumla watina yo kwa bi be jikamede mo ye bianu re yeji me ro me dia tande dumla nu ba ma ye pe ya no mu dumla abi abi himu ya bi be Wanyave, yanda, wanyave, kajambo kweva saria, wanyave. Mufe kwe montro mabume tape mazoranya oka buchi bume. Nimi pokwi wo mongeria tinyave, aka epe na buchi bume ba gemone ya. Kaya jama fe mai nyamai, jumla akoto mama riri ai. Gozata yebi bondi jaba. Dumla raja bobe.
That was the sound of Salia Koroma with Bondesia. Salia Koroma is one of the most important Sierra Leonean voices of the last century. He learned how to play the accordion from his father, Boboy Kando, a minstrel to warriors and kings like the great Mende King Nyagwa of Kenema. Legend has it that Salia Koroma left home to find his father, who was on tour, to ask that he be allowed to enroll in one of the many Christian missionary schools set up by the British after the Hot Tax War of 1898. Instead of sending Salia to school, Pa Boboy handed Salia the accordion, asking him to pick up his trade by mastering this foreign instrument. Salia Koroma created a novel sound with his accordion, making music that was distinctly Mende in rhythm and style. And now, make we go back to make Sierra Leone famous. Mr. Mohamed, tell me, when we say Gola Rainforest is biodiverse, what does that mean? What lives here? What grows here?
Okay, first of all, before we go into the biodiversity stuff of Gola Forest, this forest has been reserved as national reserve since 1920.
Okay.
In the late 80s, various conservation programs did biodiversity surveys here. During that process, in 2003, the government of Sierra Leone, Conservation Society Sierra Leone, and RSPB, which is the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, a British-based charity conservation program, agreed to manage this park. So, till that time, to 2010, so they signed an agreement to make it as national park. So it was officially opened December 3rd, 2011 as national park.
Okay.
So all the biological survey which they did, we have a record of 1,000 plant species.
1,000 different plants
type of plant species
that grow here.
That grows here.
Wow.
Then we have up to 49 large mammal species, different type of large mammal.
So like what kinds?
Like we have the yellow-back duiker, the zebra duiker,
Okay.
we have the bongo, we have the chimpanzee,
Okay.
we have the elephants, the leopards, and the like.
Okay.
We have them here. Up to 49 different type of mammal species.
Okay.
We have up to 333 different bird species, namely our flagship Picatatis, which is our emblem. We have the bongo, we have the rufous fishing owl, we have the shining drongo, and different type of birds.
Okay, let me just ask you this really quickly. Of everything that you've named, which one of those is only found in Sierra Leone?
In Sierra Leone.
Of all the species that live here, which ones only you can find in this rainforest?
You can only find one in this rainforest which is endemic to Gola, and you cannot find that particular species in all the parts in Gola unless one area in the Gola North axis connecting to the Gola Central axis, and that bird is Gola Malimbi.
Okay.
It's only endemic to Gola.
Okay.
You can only find that bird in Gola.
Okay, what part of the forest are we in right now?
We are in the central part of the forest.
Okay.
We are in the central part of the forest.
Okay, and how far is the central part from the north, where you said that most of the mammals live?
From here to the northern block of the forest, it's about 25 kilometers trekking in the forest.
Wow. Which is how many days, you said?
Well, based on our products which we developed for the ecotourism or those that wants to do tour, that particular product is adventurous.
Right, okay.
It's 4 nights in the forest, 5 days trekking.
Okay, so if you're interested in just like really immersing yourself in nature, like for people who are really into like, I don't want to say extreme naturing, but it is kind of extreme to come 4 to 5 days to trek in the rainforest in Gola, sleeping in the forest, camping, to basically experience the wildlife. So that's really exciting. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that this trip because we didn't come prepared. But surely, hopefully, next time we do come to Gola, you know, we can go and see other parts of the work that you're doing here. Tell me what makes this place to you such a special place in Sierra Leone.
Well, the Gola Forest is the only remaining forest block in Sierra Leone now we can boast of. It's the only remaining forest block. You talk of rare primary forest untampered since creation, you come to Gola Forest.
Okay.
We can see all the other national reserves has been tampered.
Okay.
Even you talk of OKNP, Oktamakiri National Park, you cannot find a rare primary forest rich like Gola Forest.
Right.
Yes, of course, selective logging was occurring here during the 60s, the 70s by forestry industry. So they were doing selective logging here.
Okay.
But we still have a huge block of primary forest in Gola Forest untampered.
Okay. Can you tell me why it's important to have untampered rainforest, what that does for the environment?
Well, one, we talk of the climate change. We are not talking of this global warming. That's why Gola Forest is presently in the carbon credit.
Okay.
So the more the forest, the more the carbon. And the more the carbon, the more we try to maintain the global warming so that the temperature will not be that high and too much of heat.
Okay, so what you're saying is that one of the benefits of having a rainforest or primary rainforest is that it helps to curb carbon emissions, because we know that plants take in carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen. And we know that when we take planes, when we use cars, when we use all of these machines that consume fossil fuels, that they produce carbon. And that carbon is what's contributed to the heating up of our planet.
Yeah, that's why even in the Gola Forest Belt, we are now sensitizing people to avoid the upland rice farming to do inland valley swamp. Because the upland rice farming, you have to cut down the forest.
I see.
You burnt the forest, and that one too pollute.
Of course,
Even when you are cooking at your backyard.
Even when we do, you know, like we have this cleaning every Saturday, one of the terrible things is that when people finish cleaning, they gather their dirt, they burn it, which then causes more pollution. And you emit more carbons, and it's not good for us.
At all not.
It's not good for us.
Even this particular project here, the red carbon project here, it's happening in Indonesia.
Okay, the Gola Red.
Yeah, the Gola Red. I mean, the Gola Red. But they are doing it in Indonesia. But they have their own name, which they gave to that particular project in Indonesia. And in the Indonesian government has made it as a bill. You will pay something like ecosystem service in Indonesia. And that one has not yet happened in Sierra Leone. Those that are using cars pay ecosystem service because they are polluting.
Yes, we should, because then those funds can go back into doing this work, right? To increase the capacity, to make it easier for the people who do the work. So I think that's really, I mean, it's really important. Make Sierra Leone famous. The podcast is mixed and mastered by producer Frank Bob McEwen, with support from the creative and talented team over at VRNC Marketing Company in Freetown. And now, make we go back to Make Sierra Leone Famous.
This is the 71,000.70 hectare forest. The one in the green. You have the Gola South. The Gola South, the substation of the Gola South is Selecti.
Which is in what province?
this one is in Pujahun District.
Pujahun District,
in the
okay.
south.
Okay.
And it's in the Makwele Chiefdom.
Okay.
Okay. We have the Gola Central.
Okay.
Where we are now, this is Lalehun.
Okay, so we're in Gola Central.
We are in Gola Central. We are in Lalehun now. So up here is Gola North.
Okay.
Up here is Gola North. Before this time, it was called Gola Extension.
Okay.
Yeah, because all the central was north. But now, here is Gola Central. You come along this axis from here. Here is the boundary between the north
Okay.
and the central.
Okay.
So the north starts from this axis, extending this path.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is Gola North, and it is in the Malema Chiefdom.
Okay, Malema.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Gola Central comprises of 4 chiefdoms in Kenema District.
Okay.
So this is the Gola Central.
Sure.
Yeah. And by going Gola North, you access Medina. This is the community where we usually access. You can find monkeys there.
Okay.
You can find birds there. And this particular area, it's elephant zone occurring area, leopards and other wildlife.
Okay.
And this is the area you find the Vajema waterfall.
Okay.
Along the this is Mano River. This Mano River separated Sierra Leone and Liberia.
Right, of course.
Yeah, this is Mano River. And you have another stream, another rivers within the Gola Belt.
Of course.
You talk about the River Mogbai, the River Makboy. All these rivers are in here. Then we have another central here in the Gola Central, another substation which we call Belebo entrance.
Okay.
It's in the Gola Central. This is the town. It's like 1,500 meters to the boundary line.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the forest.
Okay.
Here you find the community. This is Gola Central.
Okay, so we're in Eastern Province.
Yeah, and you get the Koi River. This Koi River, it's all the rivers in this particular forest, in Gola Forest, it's been named in the Gola language.
Okay.
We have Mahoy River. You found that one in Gola South. It runs down towards Gola Central.
Okay, all the way to Kanara.
Yeah. Then we have the Lui River. Lui River, all these rivers is being named in
Gola language. Okay.
We have the Koi River. Koi. And the Koi River, you find it in Gola Central.
Okay.
The bridge which we crossed.
Okay. I see. Okay.
So
fantastic.
this is how we have the various streams here. And you can see the key of the map.
Sure.
Yeah.
We went there.
Yeah. Here. So these are the various activities which we do: capacity building, community participation, environmental education. These are the discovered species, the white Nepicatatis, the Serifontia Gola, new to science.
All right.
We have the tree viper, and this frog too is newly discovered species. It has not yet been named.
Yeah.
It's a newly discovered species.
Tell them if they're looking for names, I can suggest one.
You can suggest one. It's a newly discovered species, new to science.
Okay.
New to Sierra Leone.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think, we forget that we don't know everything as humans, right? Like there's always new things we haven't discovered about the world.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, nain done so for today's edition of Make Sierra Leone Famous. With me, your host, Vicky Rameau. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen. Ta-ta.